Good evening, everybody. It's Avril from wtih Yoga here. It is lovely to see you all. And I would just like to say sorry for missing Wednesday evening. It's Friday now, isn't it? I am losing track of the days. Don't know if that's my age. But I do apologise for Wednesday evening. But we're back now, and I am going to read the story that we were going to read on Wednesday evening. It's a great story. And you know, we're really getting into Mwenye Hadithi's stories, aren't we? They're really, really great. And they always have a really good story behind them, and sometimes quite a funny story and reasons as well. So, I hope you've all had a really good week, and Friday has been a nice ending to your week, and you've done something nice because now you've got a fabulous weekend to look forward to, haven't you? Not sure if you have anything planned or if you're just going to have a laze. I'm going to do a bit of both, I think. I always say laze, but I always find something to do, you know. So everybody, oh, hi Kathy, I hope you're well. And hi Vicky, lovely to see you on there. So I'm going to start our story now. It is lovely. It's called Greedy Zebra by Mwenye Hadithi. And the illustrations, what are they? Of course, the pictures inside are by Adrian Kenaway. Okay, so here we go. I'll show you the pictures as we go through. I'm just wondering if I need to come a little bit closer to you, or maybe you to me. I hope this feels all right. I am going to move the camera slightly, okay? Is that all right? Yeah, I think you'll be able to see the pictures a little bit better. Sorry for that. I don't normally like moving the camera, but there you go. Off we go. Long, long ago, all the animals in the world were a dull, depressing colour. No coats, no horns, no spots, no stripes, just dull and dusty. Can you imagine what that would have looked like? The illustrator has tried to show you what it may look like. There it is. It all looks really boring. Until one stormy day in the heart of the leafy forest of Africa, there was a great rumbling in the air, and all of a sudden a huge cave appeared in the ground. A few of the animals crept cautiously up to this new and wonderful sight, and when the bravest of them peered into the darkness, he saw something glittering amongst the rocks. Look, can you see him? He's peering down. See the way everything's really grey and dull around him. Mustn't have been a very colourful world, must it? And it's hard to imagine that now, isn't it, with all the wonderful colours we have of autumn. The cave was full of furs and skins, all glossy and new. Stepping inside, he came across horns and tails of countless shapes and sizes, and needles and threads of 1,000 different colours. Trembling with excitement, he rushed out to tell the other animals what he had seen. Wow! The news spread far and wide, and soon all the animals were on the way to see the cave, running and jumping and sliding and swinging and slithering through the trees. There you go. Wow! All that is, except one. Greedy Zebra. Greedy Zebra never ever stopped eating. He certainly wasn't going to give up a single mouthful for a silly old cave of any sort. Lots of time to go visiting caves, mumbled Greedy Zebra, stuffing far too much grass into his bulging mouth. Plenty of time, he said. Does this look like a zebra to you? Well, that is what a zebra used to look like in this story. Soon all the animals in the jungle were gathered at the mouth of the cave, waiting for Elephant to speak. Elephant was the one who knew everything, you see, because Eagle told him all the secrets of the spirits of the mists. He coughed pompously and addressed the gathering. "It is time for you all to have coats," he said. "There are all kinds of materials here from which you may choose. You will be issued with needles by Rabbit, but there is only one needle each, so take good care of it. Now you may go in, but no shoving and pushing, and keep in an orderly line." You can imagine Elephant, can't you, giving out all of the orders? I can. Meanwhile, greedy Zebra was still eating. Munch, munch, he went. "This particular grass is so delicious." He stopped to gape at the beautiful thing in front of him. It couldn't be, but it was Sable the antelope, and she was wearing the most glorious new coat and horns. She was wearing horns. When greedy Zebra heard that the coat and the horns came from the cave, he trotted off as fast as his fat little legs could carry him. Oh, do you think Antelope looks beautiful? Yes. But he couldn't resist. A leaf here or a succulent blade of grass there. Oh, and that patch was too good to pass by without one little bite. From time to time, he met another and another. Look at this. Look at all of the colours, and now I'm very sure you can begin to recognise the animals. They all did tend to look the same when they were the same colour, didn't they? And now I can see squirrels and giraffes and lions and snakes and birds. Wow. Even more, look. What can you see in this? Wow. Hippo, crocodile, a big ox and deer. Wow. You could see wonderfully coloured animals. Stopping for a last bite not far from the cave, he watched Leopard finish her sewing. Leopard, as careful as usual, had sewn the most splendid fur coat with spots all over it. Greedy Zebra could hardly believe his eyes as he watched Leopard wriggle into the perfectly fitting fur. "I shall have spots like that," he said to himself as he hurried off, eager to reach the cave. Can you see Leopard sewing that wonderful coat? Oh, wow. But it was a hot day, so he stopped for a cool drink at a stream, and there he came across a patch of the greenest grass he had ever seen. He can't stop himself, can he? Delicious. He munched, smacking his chubby lips. Back at the cave, most of the animals were leaving. Only Rhino and Elephant were still cutting their material. They had chosen a very strong grey cloth. Poor old Rhino, who was very short-sighted, had stuck his horn on any old how and was having a terrible time. He was too nervous to ask Elephant for help because he knew that the pompous animal would only make fun of him. He had dropped his needle, and the more frantically he searched, the further into the bushes he kicked it. He put on the baggy coat and shuffled off in a very bad mood. So is that why rhinos always look a bit rumpled? I think so, do you? So there's Rhino. See how he'd sewn on his horn? And there's Elephant. Still stitching. I imagine that's because Elephant are so big it would have taken him so long. Just then, greedy Zebra trotted by with blades of grass bulging from his mouth. I'll have spots like leopard, he was saying, and horns like kudu, a mane like lion, and a tail like cheetah. I shall be the finest looking animal in the forest. And at the risk of indigestion, he gave a short gallop into the cave. Then he stopped aghast. So look, this is all of the things he was imagining he would have. And this is what he may have ended up like. Oh, a right old mixture that, isn't it? Oh, he stopped aghast. Oh, there was nothing left. No horns, no fine cloth, nothing. Frantically, he searched through the cave, but all he could find were a few strips of black material. Forlornly, he cut them all to the same size and stitched them together. It looks very tight, he thought nervously to himself. Being such a very fat zebra, he had a terrible time squeezing into his coat. He pushed and grunted and oohed and ahed and pop! He was inside it. But what a tight fit. It was nearly bursting at the seams around his fat tummy. He trotted down to the stream to take a quick bite of a leafy bush and pop! His coat burst open. So there he is. Can you see how stretched that material looks across his body? Oh dearie me. Uh-oh. Pop. Pop, pop. Oh, look, and can you see all the stitching is all coming out? Oh, dearie me. His tubby tummy squeezed through the seams. How the monkeys roared with laughter. To this day, his chubby stomach shines through his coat because he is so greedy. And that is how we recognise zebra, isn't it? You see? So that is how all of the animals came to be with their beautiful coats. What a wonderful story. I love that story. I like the idea of all of the seams on Zebra's coat pop, 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 popping around his tummy. So everybody, have a wonderful weekend. You deserve it after such a long week. And I will see you all on Monday for another wonderful bedtime story. So snuggle on down everybody and have a really good night's sleep. I will see you all soon. Love you to bits. Night night everybody. Take care.